Hey everyone, Nim here. Today I will be reviewing Diamond Mosaics. I got this package from the dollar store. People call these many other things, like diamond paintings or diamond cross stitch, and probably a few other names. I'm gonna open it and see what's inside. Alright, this is everything that was in the package. We've got the picture itself, which is covered with a foil to protect the sticky area. We also have a little pink square of stuff that is protected from foil on both sides. The so-called diamonds, which are little pellets of plastic. A little tray to put the pellets in, and this tool to transfer them. After reading the instructions, I've quickly figured out what the little square is for. It is a pink adhesive that you're supposed to stick the tool into, and then some of it stays in the round hollow area of the pen, which is what the little pellets stick to so you can actually pick them up. Now it's time to get started and see if this activity is really worth all the hype that people make about it. Is it as much fun or as relaxing and calming as people say? And does the final result actually look good? I mean, I know this is a very cheap set. It was just $2, so I'm gonna keep my expectations for the visual look low, but I still expect it to function the same way that a bigger set would. Okay, now my thoughts on this activity. Is it as much fun as people say? Well, if you like things like cross-stitch or knitting or other quiet activities, you would probably enjoy this as well. It is relaxing and calming if you have anxiety or are stressed. The repeated movement of picking up the pellets and putting them down is very nice. It gets you into a nice zone of working without you having to concentrate too much or think too much about what you're doing. It's a good activity to do while you're listening to something like an audiobook or music, or if you're watching a TV show, and that sort of thing. One thing that I recommend you do not do, because I made this mistake, is to try to finish it just for the sake of finishing it. I wanted to finish it quickly for the video because I expected it to only take an hour or two. I think this whole set took me about 4 hours, and it's not even that big of a picture. By the end, it was pretty late in the day and I was very tired, which made it very tedious to do. So don't do that. One thing that I was annoyed with this cheap version is that the picture was protected with a foil, which I couldn't rip, so I suppose I could have cut it, but I didn't think of that at the moment. The only option I thought I had was to either hold it up in place, like to only show a little bit of the picture, or later in the video I took it off entirely. I have seen pictures and videos online of bigger pictures where they're covered in a material similar to paper, so you can just rip off a little part of it and leave the rest covered, which is very good because once I uncovered the whole picture, I sometimes had a problem of getting my hand stuck to the surface, which comes off easily, but it's annoying and disrupts your workflow. It would be difficult to store the picture probably once you've taken it off, so either you have to hold just a corner up, which is annoying, or you're gonna have to work by area and not by color, which is what I did, which is why I uncovered the whole picture so I could just finish one color at a time. Or if you take the whole thing up, finish it as soon as possible and not let it sit for too long. I wouldn't leave it uncovered for much longer than a few days, because I imagine the sticky surface of the picture would just be covered in dust and stuff like that, and not be as sticky as it needs to be to hold the diamonds in place. But I know that this problem is very specific to this package that I bought, and I know it doesn't apply to all versions of this activity. Also, from an artistic viewpoint, it is not very satisfied, as in I created a piece of art, because it doesn't really feel like you created an art piece. I think it would be similar to coloring in a picture without a lot of effort. Like, yeah, I colored it in and it was calming, but I didn't really create an art piece. It only becomes an art piece once you've taken it to a higher level and put a lot of effort into it. Perhaps that applies here as well, where it would feel more artistically satisfying in that aspect if you finish a very big, complicated, beautiful picture. Or another idea, if you really want this artistic satisfaction, might be to make your own piece of art out of it. I don't know if you can just buy the pellets and a sticky surface without a picture, but I suppose if you really wanted to do this, you could just buy a big picture that has lots of gems and just do your own thing on top of the picture that already exists. Because once you put the diamonds down, you can't really see the picture underneath. Alright, I have a few colors left. I have 2 yellows, 1 green, white, and black. So, I only see 1 black right there for the eye. This is a lot of black for only needing 1. Oh, sorry, you can't see. These are the colors I have left. So, 1 green, 2 yellow. But apparently I need orange and a light green and a dark green, or they just weren't good at printing. I'm gonna assume that this is the orange, and this is the light green, and this is the dark green. Also, I had too many light blues, but if maybe you saw, maybe you didn't, I was short like 2 or 3 purples. Although I did spill the purples at one point, so I may have just missed them, but I don't actually think I did. And I still have like several blue left, even though I finished all the blue. Anyway, let's continue. So overall summary, this was very enjoyable, and I would like to do a bigger picture if I get the opportunity. And I would recommend this if you like doing calming activities. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!